My dear children, welcome to the day 5 class of Social Science grade 10th. So, in the previous classes, we discussed about the two Carnatic wars fought in between British and French. The Carnatic wars fought in between British and French. In that, we discussed about first Carnatic War, second Carnatic War. What is the treaty that ended first Carnatic War? Sslc Treaty. What is the treaty ended second Carnatic War? That is Pondicherry Treaty. So now, in this class, we will talk about the third Carnatic War in between British and French in India. So here, the third Carnatic War duration is 1756 to 1763. The third Carnatic War duration is 1756 to 1763. Listen carefully. The main reason for the third Carnatic War in India, which is nothing but 7 years war. 7-year war, that is between English and French in Europe. English and French in Europe. The 7 years war. See, just observe the years 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So 63 to 100, right? So 7-year war takes place in between English and French in the Europe. That is a major reason for the third Carnatic War. Means what? In the Europe already there is a enmity in between English and French in Europe. That is the major reason for the third Carnatic War in India. Means the enmity in between English and French in the Europe, that is continued even in India. So, as a part of third Carnatic War, how it will be started means, remember, Count de Lally. Count de Lally is a French military general. Count de Lally, French military general. French military general. He attempted to capture Vache. Remember, Count de Lally, a French military general, attempted to siege. He attempted to siege Vache. Vache is one of the trade center of British in the year 1760. In the year 1760. Remember, Count de Lally, the French military general, attempted to siege Vache in the year 1760. At that time, the English governor general, English military general, the British military general, Sir Court, the British military general, the Sir Court, defeated Count de Lally in the Battle of Vache. Battle of Vache, 1760. Remember, Count de Lally, the French military general, attempted to siege Vache in the year 1760. At that time, the English military general, Sir Court, defeated Count de Lally in the Battle of Vache in the year 1760. So here, one important battle we must remember, which is nothing but Battle of Vache, that takes place in between Count de Lally and Sir Court. In this battle, Sir Ayercourt defeated Count de Lally and imprisoned Bussy. Imprisoned Bussy. Bussy is a French governor general. He is a French governor. So remember, Sir Ayercourt defeated Count de Lally and imprisoned Bussy. Bussy is a French governor general. At that time, Count de Lally escaped from that battlefield and he hid in Pondicherry. So remember, Count de Lally, after the Vandivasi battle, Count de Lally hid in Pondicherry. After that, in the year 1761, Sir Ayercourt again attacked Pondicherry. Attacked Pondicherry. 1761, Sir Ayercourt attacked Pondicherry, and after that he imprisoned Lally. Imprisoned Count de Lally. Remember, 1761, Sir Ayercourt attacked on Pondicherry, and after that he imprisoned Lally, and Count de Lally imprisoned unconditionally. Finally, what happened? Pondicherry is captured by the British people. So the third Carnatic War in India ended with Paris Treaty. The third Carnatic War ended in India, Paris Treaty. As per Paris Treaty, Pondicherry returned to French people. Remember, the third Carnatic War ended with Paris Treaty. As per Paris Treaty, Pondicherry returned to French. So, with third Carnatic War, French people in India lost their base completely. French people lost their base completely in India with third Carnatic War. So, this is the finally, in the year 1763, I am already told Pondicherry is returned to the French, but a lot of conditions. As per the Treaty of Paris, Pondicherry returned to the French. Even though French peoples got Pondicherry back from the English, but they lost their power completely over in India. So that is the reason why Carnatic Wars are very important to consolidate the British power in India. So my dear children, so far we discussed from the previous class to this class Carnatic Wars completely. Remember again, first Carnatic War, Sslc Treaty, second Carnatic War, Pondicherry Treaty, third Carnatic War, Paris Treaty. Axilla Chapel, Ekistla Chapel, I am already gave one shortcut to you, that is APP, Ekistla Chapel, Pondicherry and Paris Treaty. So this is the end of the Carnatic Wars in India. See, what are Carnatic Wars? Carnatic Wars are the continuous battles in between English and French in order to maintain supremacy over Carnatic region. Those are considered as a Carnatic Wars in India. So okay, after we discussed about Carnatic Wars, so far we observed from French point of view, Duplex is one of the important official, as well as Robert Clive is another important official from the British. So now we will discuss the depth profiles of Robert Clive as well as duplex. First of all, Robert Clive. Robert Clive joined as a clerk in East India Company. Robert Clive joined as a clerk in the East India Company. So he got a good name, a well name with Carnatic Wars, especially Arcot. Arcot capture. When Arcot captured the Robert Clive during Second Carnatic War, Arcot, the capital of Carnatic region, captured by the Robert Clive. That's what the reason why Robert Clive hailed with the name of Arcot warrior. So by capturing Arcot, he got a very good name in the British government. After Arcot capture, after Battle of Plassey, in the year 1757, he got control over the Nawabs of Bengal. Robert Clive, after Battle of Plassey in the year 1757, Robert Clive got control over the Nawabs of Bengal. So after capturing the Bengal region after Battle of Plassey, Robert Clive assumed, means he got more wealth as well as he got a very good name. At that time, Robert Clive returned to England by assuming more wealth in India. After that, the British government honored him by electing him as a member of parliament. So the British government elected him as a member of parliament. But here, once Robert Clive returned to England from India, East India Company have faced a lot of problems, especially the officials of East India Company. They misused the money of East India Company, and moreover that Robert Clive got a lot of allegations from the British government. At that time, British government again sent Robert Clive to India in order to set right the situations in India. After he returned from England to India, he fought a war, that is Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar in the year 1764. Battle of Buxar 1764. Again, he got a good name to the British government after Battle of Buxar by gaining Diwani rights. Over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. See, once he returned to India from England, he fought with a war, Battle of Buxar. After Battle of Buxar, he gained Diwani rights over Bengal, Bihar and Odisha places. Here, what is Diwani right? Remember carefully, Diwani right means the right to collect land tax. Diwani right. Right to collect land tax. Right to collect land tax, that is known as Diwani rights. He got that right in the provinces like Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. So this is a complete profile of Robert Clive. Robert Clive joined as a clerk after captured Arcot as well as Battle of Plassey, and moreover that after Battle of Buxar he gained the prominence of the British government in India by gaining Devani rights over Bengal, Bihar and Odisha region. This is all about Robert Clive. Next, another important person who contributed a lot to consolidate the French power in India is none other than Dupleix. Dupleix became a French Governor General in the year 1742. In the year 1742, he became French Governor General. French Governor General. After he became a French Governor General, the major aim of Dupleix is to maintain the French hegemony in India. The major aim of Dupleix as a French Governor General in order to maintain French hegemony. Hegemony means of supremacy of French in India. For that purpose, he entered into a lot of treaties with local kings. Dupleix entered into a lot of treaties with local kings. For your information, I am saying to you, the Hyder Ali is from Karnataka, important king from Karnataka. He also got trained in French army only. Hyder Ali, he got trained in the French army only. So here, the importance of Dupleix majorly increased during First Carnatic War, especially in the year 1746. In the year 1746 means during the time of First Carnatic War. During the time of First Carnatic War, Dupleix got a popularity from the French. I am already told to you, in the First Carnatic War, French peoples got victorious. At that time, Dupleix is a French Governor General. That's what the reason why the major conflict in between Dupleix and English that we can find until the year 1754. Until the year 1754, there is a conflict in between Dupleix as well as British. After that, after 1754, the prominence of French in India decreased. At that time, what happened means the French government recalled Dupleix to their country. Why? What is the reason means the French people want to establish peace in between English and French. That's what the reason why French government called Dupleix back to their country. That is the complete profile of Dupleix as a French Governor General. Okay, my dear children, so far we discussed about the three Carnatic Wars as well as the complete profiles of Robert Clive as well as Dupleix. Okay. By the end of three Carnatic Wars, Britishers consolidated their position in India. So the Britishers are successfully maintain their supremacy over Carnatic region. After they captured Carnatic region, they are concentrated on Bengal province. So the later part of 18th century, later part of 18th century means the second half of 18th century, the Britishers are concentrated to capture Bengal region, Bengal province. So what is the reason here? why they are concentrated on Bengal province means at that time Bengal province prospered in the development of commerce, trade and agriculture. Immense progress. In the later part of 18th century, there is an immense progress of commerce, trade and agriculture in the Bengal province. That is the reason why the Britishers are concentrated to capture Bengal province. Even East India Company making a considerable profits in Bengal. Remember carefully, East India Company making a considerable profits over Bengal. Remember, East India Company making considerable East India Company making considerable profit over Bengal. What is the reason here? At that time, the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar granted the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar granted dastak to the East India Company. The question may ask, East India Company making considerable profits over Bengal. Why? Because the reason here, the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar granted dastak to the East India Company. So, what is dastak? Dastak means trade free tax. Tax free trade. We can say that dastak means tax free trade. Dastak means tax free trade, means anyone can import the products and export the products without paying any tax to the Nawabs of Bengal. Remember again, Farooq Siyar granted dastak to the East India Company. What is dastak? Dastak means tax free trade. Tax free trade means anyone can import or export the goods without paying any tax to the Nawabs of Bengal. That is known as dastak. Children, remember, dastak means tax free trade, doing trade without paying any tax to the Nawabs of Bengal. But here what happened means, whatever the dastak given by the Farooq Siyar to the East India Company, the East India Company officials misused the dastak right over Bengal. So there is a considerable losses to the Nawab of Bengal. At that time, there is a conflict arised in between Nawabs as well as British. Remember again, whatever the dastak granted by the Farooq Siyar to the East India Company, the East India Company officials misused dastak power over Bengal. So there are a lot of losses to the treasury of Bengal. At that time, there is a confrontation, there is a conflict in between British, means East India Company, as well as Nawabs. At that time, Aliwardi Khan, Morashid Khan starting from Murashid Khan to Aliwardi Khan. Starting from Murashid Khan to Aliwardi Khan, they opposed the activities of East India Company over the Bengal province. So that will be leads to an important two battles taken place in between Britishers as well as in between Britishers and Nawabs over the Bengal, which are nothing but Battle of Plassey in the year 1757. After that, Battle of Buxar 1764. So the misuse of dastak by the East India Company officials, that will be leads to the important battles in the annals of Indian history, which is nothing but Battle of Plassey 1757. After that, Battle of Buxar 1764. So my dear children, so far we discussed in the day 5 class, we discussed about the third Carnatic War, and after that we discussed the depth profiles of Robert Clive and Duplex, and after that we discussed how the British rule takes place in India. In that part, why they are concentrated to capture Bengal region, and after that what are the major reasons that is lead to the confrontation in between Nawabs as well as British, that will be leads to the Battle of Plassey as well as Battle of Buxar. So this is the end of day 5 class of social science. I hope everyone is clear about this topic. So in the coming class, in the day 6 class, we meet again with the topics of Battle of Plassey as well as Battle of Buxar. Thank you. Have a nice day.